arrived in Fiji, a beautiful group of islands far out in the Pacific Ocean. We landed in Nadi on the island of Viti Levu. We were booked that afternoon on a jet boat trip up the Signatoka River. The trip included a visit to a small village for lunch. Our guide said we had to head off to the market straight away to purchase some bundles of pepper plant roots. When these roots are powdered and mixed with water, they produce a beverage called Kava. It's Fiji's national drink, and upon their arrival, guests traditionally present it as a gift to the host. So we bought a few bundles. The market was bustling. Taro root, manioc, bitter melon. I had to check out the fish counter. Freshwater clams. We took our bundles and headed down the coral coast towards the Signatoka River. Once there, we suited up and got ready to roll. As the oldest, I was appointed chief.
75.
75, so you are chief today.
Okay.
We hopped in the boat.
Please hold on to a hat, or the Fijian might steal it from you. If you lose it, bad luck. Okay, so water level is dropped, family. We haven't had rain for about 8 months now. We had rain last 2 days, but not enough. So some place very, very shallow, very, very narrow, and we'll be running through that. Okay, go.
I've spent a lot of time on the water, but at this speed and under these conditions, this trip had my life flashing before my eyes. A safe arrival for our village visit. Their spokesperson accepted our kava, and with incantations and clapping, they broke out the kava bowl and mixed the potion up. We all drank. It imparts a feeling of mild euphoria. The village gals made up a beautiful lunch.
This is English cabbage, fried with canned tuna, and fried eggplant with sausages, spinach, chicken, potato,
Beautiful.
and tomato with canned tuna been curried, and
The fruit.
the fruit. And in the jug is a homemade lemonade. In here, sweet potato, and the white one is cassava. fruit.
There was music. A couple of kids took a shot at the Kava bowl. And there was dancing. It was a very nice visit. A moving farewell. Then it was back on the boat and down the river we went. It was only later our guide told us that the week before a boat had flipped, leaving 6 seriously injured people to be helicoptered out to the hospital. We all agreed the boat do a 360 at the end of the trip. I tried to film it, but I ended up ass over tea kettle on the floor of the boat. I should have held on with both hands.
Chief, you alright?
Fine.
Don't mess with the chief.
Did you drink too much Kava?
I drank quite a bit, but
But it was a fun trip. On the road back to Nadi, the guide stopped and bought some freshwater clams. There were crabs for sale. Fruit stands. More fish. Back at the hotel, I had a nice coral trout. There was a band playing around the Kava bowl, and I sat down with the guys and drank their Kava with them. Bad idea. Maybe it was the water, but for the next 12 hours, Montezuma took his terrible revenge out on me. Next day, we made a quick stop at a Hindu temple, Sri Siva Subramanya. Indian people were brought to Fiji in the 1800s to work the sugarcane fields. Today, they make up 38% of the population. We continued up the road to Lautoka, stopping to watch a roadside Christian rally. "57% of all Fijians are Christian. Fiji also has the largest per capita percentage of Hare Krishna devotees of any country in the world. We visited their temple, Sri Krishna Kalaya. The preacher was kind enough to do his sermon in English for us.
And so he kept swimming. So the other guy, he could hear, when he heard the negative statement, suddenly he gave up.
We headed inland past fields of sugarcane. While not as important as it once was, sugarcane still constitutes 12% of Fiji's exports. We headed inland. Our destination was Navala, a village in the highlands that has maintained its traditional dwellings and way of life. It was a beautiful drive through the countryside. The village came into view. We arrived, Kava in hand. It was a cool place with wonderful little houses. We entered our host's home. The gals had prepared lunch. Our guide took part in the ceremony on our behalf. In bygone days, Fijians were all cannibals, and sharing kava together was originally a cordial ceremonial meeting between people to help ensure their good intentions towards one another.
Bulu-bulu binakati kumandangan no to sabata na kami konon dalil Kristo mana. Hindi na amdo. No. Binakasaka. Binakapagaling.
Hola.
Bula to everybody. On the head. Pass back the ball.
We waved goodbye to some boys from the village. We headed back towards Nadi. The next day, we boarded a plane to the island of Taveuni, the second biggest island of the archipelago. We were headed to a world-famous dive resort on the island of Kamea. Fiji is comprised of hundreds of islands, of which many can only be seen above water at low tide. We arrived on Taveuni. From there, we traveled by car to hop aboard a small boat which took us to the dive resort on the island of Kamea. It was a tropical paradise. The beachfront. The dining room. Lunchtime was announced by drumming. Tasty food. The roofers at work. There was a cool spa in the jungle behind the lodge. Sally tried her hand at paddleboarding. One of the activities offered by the lodge was a visit to the little village where the employees lived. We disembarked in a mangrove swamp. And waded ashore on a muddy little stream. We heard singing, and it turned out to be a welcoming committee of the village gals.
Hola.
They presented us with some beautiful leis. So Kava in hand, we entered the community meeting hall. The head man accepted our gift. We had snacks, and there was music and dancing. But the highlight of this visit to Fiji was the scuba diving, and every day we headed out from the lodge. The water was a beautiful color blue. dives, we had lunch on a little beach. The international date line ran straight between the beach and the dive. We dove on Tuesday, and 15 minutes later, we had lunch on Wednesday. We were diving on some of the most fantastic populations of coral in the world. The Great White Wall, the Rainbow Reef, spectacular stuff. It was a beautiful lodge. Back in Nadi on our final night, we enjoyed a touristic dance show. Fiji, what a wonderful place.
Na buke buke